The Morning Show with Mr. G and Paul Stone.
And Bonnie Ashley.
The talk of the Treasure Coast. 1590 WPSL.
And the phrase minimum wage, man, can't we think of something else to call it? What does that do for your self-esteem? What a horrible thing, minimum wage. Isn't there something else we can call it? You know? Well, it's better than nothing wage. Yeah, that's what I'm making now. I am making at least I don't live in Haiti wage. You can't say minimum wage to people when they're asking you questions. Hey man, so how's it going? What are you making now? Minimum wage. Yeah, lowest amount legally possible. That's where I am right now. Yeah. Oh, they'd like to pay me less. Yeah. No, they would, but they can't. Legally, they can. I win. I'm the winner. Yeah. Great.
My computer says 4%, Paul. Can you grab this for me? 4%. I don't think I've ever taken it down to 4%.
That was happening to me all morning.
Your computer?
Yeah, my computer too was.
But you don't have it plugged in?
It went down to 6%. Now I have it back up to a good old 10.
Oh, so you're up to a good old 10.
We're fired up.
Do you have it plugged? You don't have it plugged in?
I had it plugged in, but I plugged it in a different place, brought it back in.
Hey, I've got, this is a story, a pretty funny election story that really flew under the radar with everyone, talking about the main event. 61-year-old dude, Gary Ernest, he was running for re-election as treasurer of Oceanside, California, died back in September 23rd, but the city said there wasn't enough time to reprint the ballots without him. And on Tuesday, he won.
Oceanside, California, that's the hometown for the Marine Corps in Camp Pendleton.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I guess his opponent is a woman named Nadine Scott. She spent the past month and a half trying to spread the word that Gary was dead, but clearly it didn't work because he beat her by 6 percentage points.
What's going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, one of the city council members from Oceanside told the press, even though Gary passed away, he's still better qualified than she is.
Oh, wow.
The city council will get to appoint someone for the position, but they don't necessarily have to choose the opponent. So who knows what'll happen there.
Yeah.
What was that? Did you ever see The Undistinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy?
Oh, yes,
Funny. He was running for congressman.
Right.
And he ran as a dead man's name. and people just don't realize that these guys died. Who is it that we always vote for, honey? Jim Johnson. Yeah, that's who. And they put his name down. And his name was the same as the guy's name that died. He was elected to Congress. Okay. Funny movie. Bonnie, you got to see that.
I do have to see it. It would
Eddie
be so
Murphy.
timely now, too.
It is funny. Mm-hmm. But to continue with these reasons why McDonald's soda tastes better than soda from anywhere else. Now, check this reasoning out here. Their giant wide straw. Now, you notice McDonald's got a big old straw.
They do.
When you suck out of that thing, you get a whole bunch of soda in your mouth.
You do, absolutely.
They're saying that's the reason it gives you bigger sips, so the taste can hit all of your taste buds. I don't know, I guess. They invest in expensive water filtration systems so the water won't have any aftertaste that could affect the soda. There's something going on with McDonald's sodas.
Oh, just a question based upon that. How many of us drink water from the tap in the state?
I don't.
I don't.
I do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Even from here?
No, not from here, but at home I still do.
No, I don't. I buy bottled water, and sometimes it's like 2 for 1 and 3 for 1. I grab those bad boys.
I used to buy those big 5-gallon things, but they're a bugger.
Oh, yeah, to put in that. Oh, you had the machine that goes in there?
Yeah, so I said, that's it, take it. So I buy the bottles, $3.99 for like 40 of them, I guess, at Walmart or whatever.
You know what I started doing, Paul, and I backed off of it? I started getting those little mini ones. Because I always find I never finish the whole bottle, so I end up putting half a bottle back in the refrigerator, and I go and I'll drink some more. So I'm like, why don't I just buy these little ones? Yeah. That didn't work.
Yeah. I got one of those, what do they call those? It's with the water, you put it in there and it drains through, it filters the water.
Like a little water filtration system.
My wife drinks that. It still has a taste to it. I haven't told her that.
But so she doesn't like the bottled water?
No, those are mine. Those are mine.
Oh, those are your only. Now, do you have, I like the spring. What do you got there?
Aquafina.
Okay.
You know why? Because the other ones, the top of the cap is so skinny, it's hard to get on. These are a little heavier. It's a small thing,
I dig Publix brand. Their spring water's fine. When it's on sale, I get that one. When whatever one's on sale, that's the one I usually get.
Yeah.
Usually when you can get the 24-pack for like $3.99. That's a pretty good sale.
I mean, they always, that's one thing they always have on sale. toilet paper and water.
That's
And
right.
the toilet paper, I'm the well, this week it's Charmin on sale. I'll take it. This week it's so-and-so. I'll take it.
No,
Whatever. As long as it's more than one ply, I'm good.
You got the big rolls?
Well, yeah, and see, they get you with that. They're talking about you get only 8 of them, but the rolls are real huge. Or you can get 25 of these real skinny ones. I mean,
Yeah.
what the
You have to get like the 8 economy rolls, the real heavy-duty rolls like the Scott tissue paper.
But decisions on that stuff, man. You got to go
Yeah.
in there and make all these decisions with it. And you know what really gets me is the laundry detergent people. You'll see one that's good for 35 loads, or you'll see one that's good for 25 loads, but it's the same amount of laundry detergent inside the thing.
You know, that
and I'm like,
grabbed
wait
me
a
the
minute,
other
how does
day.
that work? Is
Yeah.
the top smaller or something? What are they doing to
Well,
us here?
I don't do much washing in my house, so I really wouldn't know, G. 'Cause
Yeah, but-
you do your own washing.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I had to buy the laundry soap the other day, and I was at Walmart, and there were so many decisions. But you're right. Who's to say, that it's the same size bottle,
Same
but
size,
one
and the
does
same
say,
amount of soap inside. Same
will
amount of
say-
soap inside, but one will say 35 loads, and the
Yeah.
other one will say 40 loads.
Well, I'm going to take the one with 40 loads, I guess.
Somebody's going to sue them, just like they did the Subway.
Oh, sure,
About
yeah.
that foot long. It was not a foot
It
long.
better
It
be
wasn't a
12
true
inches.
foot.
Bonnie, check it out this weekend.
Okay.
See if it does 35 loads. Nobody ever does that. Wait a minute. Can you imagine? Has anyone ever taken one of those things and
Check.
did 30? See how many loads they got out of it?
Start measuring.
Come on now.
Who would have the time and the patience to start doing so?
And that's what they're counting on, of course.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, Bonnie's going to test it for us, and then we might have ourselves a lawsuit, folks. So stick with us on this one, okay?
You're hearing the morning show, Talk of the Treasure Coast, 1590 WPSL. Going to have the time of your life, I promise you.
And, of course, it's that time. It's that day, in fact. The Treasure Coast Auction Gallery and All-American Auction House, where everybody wins, happens tonight. And something special tonight, if I'm not mistaken, restaurant equipment at the auction tonight. Hawk Levy here to tell us more. Hey, Hawk, good morning.
Good morning. Actually, we have virtually a whole restaurant that the equipment's less than a year old, and got a tremendous response to it. So if you want to come take a look, we're going to be a little bit late today getting ready because we are shifting around the auction. We're switching rooms that the auction was in, and we are putting together and licensing space in the Treasure Hunters Gallery. There's going to be 30 booths there of consigners, and the auction's in the other room, the smaller room, and we have a lot of great items, a lot of furniture, a lot of household items, and, of course, a whole restaurant that's only a few months old. You want to come out and take a look, you're going to be really, really pleased. Actually, I got a couple of people want some of the items for their house, a friend of mine says, I always wanted a meat slicer. So, and those big stainless steel tables, and go take a look at our items on my Facebook page, which is, of course, Hawk Levy or Treasure Coast Auction Gallery. And the gallery of vendors is called Treasure Hunters Gallery. So if you're interested in getting a booth there and we can sell your items for you, you don't have to be there. Come and talk to us.
Very good. And
This, yeah.
I'm sorry, I was going to tell them that the gallery, US 1 and Village Green Boulevard, right there, you've seen it in the corner there, the big old signs that say Treasure Coast Auction Gallery, and the number there is 772-359-1400. Go on, Hawk.
That's okay. And make sure, you patronize our other stores. Of course, all of you know me from St. Lucie Jewelry. And this year, before you go Christmas shopping, go take a look at our reviews before you go anywhere else. And we want you to go shop around. You will come see us last. We really are wholesale to the public.
Right on. Well,
Somewhere to deal with for somewhere that's secure and safe and comfortable. We've been there a long time, and we sell a lot of big diamonds and down to little small engagement rings. So
very good. Well, that's Hawk, and of course tonight, Treasure Coast Auction Gallery again, 772-359-1400 at the corner of US 1 and Village Green Boulevard. Go on by tonight and make a great deal, baby.
And those are the stories making national headlines this hour. Let's now have a look at the precious metals market. Gold is at $1,281.20. That's down 1.53% after a big gain the previous day. Silver is at $18.85. That's up 0.70%. The precious metals market has been brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coins. trading in gold and silver bullion and all U.S. coins since 1994.
And now from Studio 3BA, let's talk sports with Paul Stone.
Okay, G, well, for 13 years, Dwayne Wade made plenty of what the Miami Heat called winning plays. Well, he made another one last night, but this time it went against Miami. Wade turned a debated foul call into 2 big free throws with 13.7 seconds left, helping the Chicago Bulls hang on to a 98-95 win and ensuring that his return to the arena he called home for 13 years would be a winning one. It was Wade's first time facing the Heat and an opponent, and afterward he seemed more than a little relieved it was over. Come on, Dwayne, let's hear from you. Wade scored 13 points and had 7 rebounds for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler took team scoring honors with 20 points. Miami was led by Hassan Whiteside with 20 points and 20 rebounds. Justice Winslow had 15 points. Winslow said it was hard not to get caught up in the Wade hype. Miami point guard Goran Dragic led the team in the third quarter with an ankle sprain. Last night in college football, Duke upset 15th-ranked North Carolina 28-27.
Duke.
Yeah, freshman quarterback. He may be French, I don't know.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones ran for 94 yards and 2 touchdowns and threw for a third as the Blue Devils won their first conference game of the season and all but eliminated the Tar Heels' chances of repeating as ACC Coastal Champion Division. 20th-ranked FSU had high expectations for the coming season, but with 3 losses in the ACC, the Noles will not be winning the Atlantic Division title this season. Tonight, they continue to play the string out with a game against Atlantic Division cellar dweller Boston College. Kickoff is at 7:30. And Florida freshman center Gorick Gak.
That's a name.
That's a
Gorick.
great radio name.
The heck, Gorick?
Actually, it's Gorjok. Gorjok. Gorjok.
Oh, the J ain't silent?
I don't know. Anyway, he's been ruled eligible and will be available for the season's opener tonight. The Gators open against Florida Gulf Coast in Jacksonville. NCAA ruled the 6'11" Gak ineligible for summer season due to questions about the number of games he played in Victory Rock Prep School in Bradenton after arriving from Australia. That's where Gak is from, Australia.
Well, you going to give the man a nickname Gak or somebody?
That's his name, man. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Rick Peckham with the call on the Sun Sports. He told us that Steven Stamkos with a power play goal and 2 assists helped the Lightning to a 4-1 win over the Islanders. Meanwhile, in Sunrise, the San Jose Sharks were rude guests. 4-2 win over Florida. In the NFL game last night, Cleveland, well, they lost again. Now they're perfectly 0 for the season. The Browns are 0-10, a 28-7 loss to the Baltimore Ravens in those pretty uniforms. And, G, you are now caught up in sports.
And that's the fact, Gak.
With Mr. Gak.
I had to say that. Hey, so the swing made it to the National Toy Hall of Fame?
The swing.
Well, after all these years.
What is the swing? Oh, you
The
mean
swing that the little kids swing on the playground. The swing.
The swing has been around for centuries.
that really
thing
a
has been
game?
around forever.
And it just
Not really
made it
it's not a
into
game,
the Hall of Fame.
though. It's not a game.
It's the National Toy Hall of Fame announced
toy.
three toys that it will be inducting this year, and out of the 12 finalists that could have gotten voted in, these are somewhat surprising. The toys that made it: Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
That's the board game, right?
Yep.
Fisher Price Little People.
Okay.
I wasn't a fan of that. And the swing.
Never heard of that one.
Swings
Well,
across the schoolyards in America for centuries, and it just made the Hall of
But it's
Fame.
not a game.
It's a toy.
It's a toy?
Well, it's the National Toy Hall of Fame. I guess they're calling that a toy. A lot of kids have had broken arms with that toy.
Yeah, something that little kids play on and played on for centuries.
Now, the 9 finalists that weren't voted in, Clue. Now, I don't remember how to play Clue. That's a board game, too, right?
Who did what to whom, I think.
Yeah, that's
the
like
whodunit?
with Miss
Yeah.
Scarlet,
Yeah.
and they did it like with a knife, or they had all the different weapons that they could use.
Now, Paul, dig this.
Okay.
The National Toy Hall of Fame announces this is one that wasn't voted in. Bubble wrap?
Well, Snap. Kids would jump on it, pop, pop, pop.
I
pop.
know, but you know what? And it's true. My kids,
Oh,
I
yeah?
remember a gift coming for my kid, and they played with the packaging
More
rather
than
than the
the-
toy.
yeah. I
Rather than
believe
the
that.
toy,
Yeah.
So
I
doesn't
guess
that go
bubble wrap
on?
would.
And adults love it too because
That stress reliever.
it does. If you're at work, if you have to be at like a desk all day, you just take that old good old bubble wrap. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
here's a
so
call.
much for early toys.
All right, let's see here. Good morning. You're on the radio. Hi there.
Hello, it's me. It's Randy.
Oh, it's Randy. Oh, that's right. We're talking about space. Hey, Randy, hang on for 1 second here, man. Hang on 1 second. Let me see. I got another call here. Good morning. You're on the radio. Hey there.
Yeah, bubble wrap rocks, man. I've got 5 nieces and nephews, and I sent them all a 4-foot roll that I used for Christmas.
Oh, and instead of the toy, that was the toy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Well, I
great.
sent them some other stuff too. But
Oh, okay.
they all had a 4-foot roll of bubble wrap.
Oh, I'm thinking I can get away with just
There you
sending
go,
bubble wrap. The
sure,
heck with the toy. Wow.
Give them pop rocks to eat while they play with their bubble wrap.
Thanks a lot for the call, man. Bubble wrap does rock.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know what? We're going to take a quick break here because Randy Siegel is on the line, buddy. That's your. What do you call him?
Randy Siegel is the spaceman.
Spaceman.
He knows all about what's happening with our astronauts and what's happening with the space program.
Okay, but we're going to talk with our spaceman coming up. Stay with us.
Stardate 613213684. You're hearing the morning show.
What door is he behind?
Something's wrong with my crew. The attitudes have changed, but the face is the same. 1590 WPSL. It's the talk of the Treasure Coast.
And it's our spaceman, Randy Siegel, beaming aboard. Stand by to energize. Energize, Mr. Sulu. What's going on, Randy?
Heck, forget about all this space stuff. Give me bubble wrap, and that will make anybody crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the best thing to use if you want to make your coworkers nuts.
Hey, man, it keeps you busy.
I mean, if you're at your desk and something, you have some bubble wrap and keep making those popping noises with the bubble wrap.
Uh-huh.
It'll make everybody else nutsy around you. That's the best thing to do. Just annoy the heck out of them.
Now, do they have bubble wrap in space?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Imagine having the echo of that in the corridors.
Oh, wow.
In weightless environment, hearing pop, 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 and the whole state. Oh, no way, no how. In fact, they probably end up bouncing themselves around the space station in a weightless environment.
Probably
because,
so.
The air. You can't handle the truth.
I
That's
know.
another story.
I know.
I know. Well, today, hopefully, they're going to have a launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base at 1:30 when that Atlas V rocket will finally put into orbit the WorldView 4 spacecraft. After many, many delays, looks like everything is favorable, a 90% chance of the good weather over there. We also learned that an Atlas V is going to take flight around in March. That's going to put into orbit, hopefully, the Cygnus spacecraft for orbital ATK instead of using their rocket themselves. The new Athena rocket they're going to be using, the ATK, will be using the Lockheed Martin Atlas V to get a larger payload into orbit. And they may be using another Atlas V in the future. So we'll have to wait and see about that. We've also learned from the British that their Beagle 2, no, it's not a dog, although it ended up being a dog, when they launched in 2003 with a bicycle-sized lander, the lander failed. And through high-resolution pictures, they found that 3 out of the 4 solar panels did unfurl on the surface of Mars, but the 4th one failed to unfurl. And the funny part is that it was that 4th one that covered the antenna. And had that 4th one actually unfurl, they would have had a successful landing and a successful mission. But that 4th one was covering up the antenna and did not allow the sun to soak up all of the energy and allow the antenna to pop up and have a successful mission. So that's one of your big cases of, so close, but so far.
Missed it by that much.
Yep, just a little bit.
Outside.
Yep, yeah, you never know. Yep. Lastly, we just want to tell you that it's going to be the United States, probably, that's going to carry the Russian first cosmonauts to the moon. Yep, it's not going to be Ralph Cramden.
Or Alice.
But it's going to be the American Orion spacecraft. The United States and Russia have been working with our international partners behind the scenes to create a lunar orbiting spacecraft. using parts of the International Space Station that would go into orbit around the moon. And it would be the American Orion spacecraft that would be used to carry the international partners to that space station and eventually land on the moon. So it could be, and it probably will be, an American spacecraft that carries the first Russians to the moon. So it's going to be very interesting as to see what, in fact, does happen. On Monday, we're going to tell everybody about what a Trump administration means to NASA. So until then, keep popping away and have a great day, everybody.
Let me just enjoy this for a minute. This is actual bubble wrap.
But should adults do that? Gee?
Uh-oh. He's going to squeeze the whole thing.
There it comes.
Here it is. Wait.
Wait for it.
Wait, here we go. Oh, he's touching. He's just, come on, squeeze the thing, man.
Oh, boy.
He's like caressing the thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to pop some of these bad. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
This is good radio.
1590 WPSL, 1450 WSTU. It's the Blended Morning Show.
Well, good morning. It's 8:51, Veterans Day. 68 degrees out right now. It's time for the final newscast of the morning from the Blended Show, WPSL and WSTU. Protests have been mostly peaceful, but anti-Donald Trump demonstrations in Portland, Oregon turned violent last night, with store windows being smashed, a dumpster lit on fire, and at least 26 people under arrest. Police responded with pepper spray and rubber projectiles. Trump originally tweeted that the protests were unfair, but tweeted this morning, "Love the fact that small groups of protesters last night have passion for our great country. We will all come together and be proud."
Let's go back in the day with Paul Stone.
Okay, G, well, thank you. 95 years ago, President Warren G. Harding dedicated the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington, Virginia, where they interred the casket of a randomly selected soldier from World War I. Caskets for an unknown from the World War II and the Korean War were added in the 50s, and finally the remains of an unknown soldier from the Vietnam War were added in the 60s. 78 years ago, Typhoid Mary died. Born Mary Malone, she carried typhoid and gave it to at least 53 people in America, 3 of whom died. Typhoid Mary spent 27 of her 68 years quarantined in prison. And there you go.
Can you imagine being given that title, Typhoid Mary? Good Lord.
35 years ago in L.A., the Los Angeles Dodgers, Fernando Valenzuela became the first chubby player to win Rookie of the Year award.
They called him chubby?
They called him
Watch
chubby.
that, man.
Well, I'm just saying.
Politically correct.
I'm reading what
was
I'm
the dude
saying.
fat or was he chubby?
Yeah, he's chubby. I guess that's not quite as fat as...
Was he a midget? No, sorry.
Small person. 32 years ago, 1994, superstar Gary Coleman underwent his second kidney operation. Sadly, Gary and his kidneys have gone away for 5 years.
Now, there's the midget. But no, he really wasn't a midget.
He was a small dude,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
5
What
years.
you talking about, Mr. G?
Oh, watch that.
All right. What you talking about?
In 2002, delectably Dixie chick Emily Robison gave birth to her first child, an 8-pound, 13-ounce baby. She named it Gus, and she also had twins 3 years later, just in case you're wondering about a Dixie chick.
Gus. Some people would rather cuss, and make a fuss than to bring about a little trust, Gus.
And we'll hear this a little later, I'm sure, but 77 years ago, Irving Berlin's peace song, God Bless America, was sung for the first time by Kate Smith, the First Lady of Radio, on her network radio show. All the royalties from the song went to the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts of America.
What a voice Kate Smith had,
she
though.
was
You
a
know
big
the
voice.
God bless America.
Yes, she was, G. No doubt about that.
Man.
And 1918, World War I, that is, ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. General Irwin T. Parkinson called it the war to end all wars, and it was the end of the war and beginning the Veterans Day for the very first time. We want to say our best and a happy good day to our veteran brothers and sisters out there, G, as you go out with a great song.